Hello, Cancers. Okay. Hello, Cancer. It's Lulu, and welcome to your indie read here in the foyer. Okay. Chiron is doing something like the other planets are doing something. Okay. So it's very important to remember to stand on your square at this time because ain't no telling what might be coming up. Chiron has a lot to do with the wound, a deep soul wound that you have to tend to. Maybe you need to listen to the sign that has to do with your Chiron placement as well at this time, uh, or just let it happen. Okay, just shit. That's how I like to do it. Let me see what's gonna happen, Chan, so that I can analyze how to maneuver through this, and discuss later. Thank you. All right, what information do you have here for my beautiful Cancerians? Boom, ready to talk. Surrender to the beauty of the natural world because you're a natural boy and girl. Surrender negative thinking. That shit don't do nothing for you, child. Surrender fear. Wait a minute, what is going on? What's under natural world? Denial. What's under negative thinking? Outdated beliefs about yourself. Okay. What's under fear? Resentments. Okay, what is going on? So maybe this is something that's coming up that you are yet to deal with and will have to. My goodness, Cancers. So you have surrender to the beauty of the natural world and surrender denial. Okay. And this has to do with in the natural world, not just outside and by the trees and the parks and the water and the birds and the bees and the things, okay, and the fairies. This has a lot to do with natural, having natural, understanding the natural beauty of people out and about in the world, okay? Um, let people be exactly where they are, who they are. Don't deny any difficulties that may be going on in the world because some of you may be picking up a lot of the energy of what is happening in this world. If you know that you are extremely sensitive at this time, stay off social media. Because one thing I got tired of the other day was seeing all that stuff about politics. I was getting on my nerve. And when you see how the puppet strings are moving, okay, it's just like, and it's rare that you see people discussing outside of the puppetry. Now, surrender negative thinking and surrender outdated beliefs of yourself has a lot. They're one and the same, because when we are in a space until it's time for us to elevate and grow, right? Which can be uncomfortable and it can cause negative thoughts. It can cause for repressed thoughts and emotions to come up because negative thoughts ain't nothing but minions. Baby and friends just be trying everything, okay? Sometimes people don't think that they have control over their thoughts, and they do, and that may be an outdated belief that you have about yourself or the way that you do things, right? With this surrendering to the limiting ideas that you have about yourself, it's time for you to stand more fully in who you are, your truth, what you have evolved or have become, and is continuing to become. This is crown and solar plexus energy. So they are really trying to clear out that debris, but it's up to you because you're a free will to clear out all that negative gunk that keeps trying to come in and out. Like, babe, what are you even doing? It's not attractive. It's not cute. It's not beautiful. It's not handsome. It's just not what that is. Okay, surrender fear and surrender resentments. There's something that you've been holding on to that you got to let go of, and it's causing issues and obstacles in your everyday life because maybe you're resentful towards someone or something that's not doing nothing but hurting you more than it's helping you, and you got to remember that. With that surrender fear, this has a lot to do with those negative thoughts coming in as well that are feeding you, and they are feeding your fears. They are trying to get you to not be who you came here to be. They are trying to get you to lessen your ability to be all that you could possibly be. With those resentments, the fear of letting those okay, when we are resentful, it causes blockages, right, in our auric field as well as in our bodies. But resentments can cause issues, and we have to go ahead and say that, yeah, I am resentful about that, and walk it down, okay? Because if not, you just stay in that and you don't get to grow. And then you have a fear of letting that go because you become comfortable with that being a part of your story. So be mindful of what it is that you identify with and how you identify at this time, because it may be that it's coming up and rearing its ugly head for what you to look at it. Okay. It comes up and out you like this. Like, damn, it's resentment. Damn, shit ugly. It's not cute. All right. So in your emotions, you have surrender to the beauty of the natural world, surrender outdated beliefs of yourself, and surrender fear. So this is emotionally embedded in you. It could just be something that's coming up to something that is surfacing that has to do with you really. This is the equivalent of when it's time for you to step more fully into, like, it's every level. This don't just happen on one level. This is every level that you elevate and evolve, ascend, and spiritually expand. Old methods don't work anymore. Old ways of viewing things, old ways of being, old ways of approaching certain situations. A lot of those things have to do with who you were. But once you know better, you do better. Once you apply the information that you have gained through your life's journey and into what it is that you have come here to do, it becomes a natural, fitting, beautiful thing that you are able to implement in your everyday doings until you create new um, cellular memory, until you create you align with that new DNA, that upgrade that you are going through. It can be a lot, and I do understand it. It can be exhausting. That's why, it's important to just really get some rest, okay? Sometimes, I don't know, y'all, because I done got a whole lot of rest over the course of this month and a half, and there's more rest to get. It's interesting, but it's part of the evolution process, all right? And in your outer energy, you have denial, negative thinking, and resentments. So you want to be mindful of that. This is your spiritual energy. This is what drives you, what gets you going out here in the world. This is fire energy, right? This is a vital force energy, right? But you no longer need this stuff that's going on. You no longer need these thoughts that you are thinking that come out your mouth. And it's like, okay. Maybe you are having conversations with people and they are telling you, like, you know what, you're kind of harboring a lot of resentment. Maybe they don't say it like that. They use the other word that applies to your situation. And you may be in denial and people are trying to open your eyes. And it's like, I want to. And that's the thing about the Cancer energy. And I understand because cancers are very nurturing, very motherly, very the walking womb, right? And so what happens is sometimes they can become so um, involved in the thing that it becomes a part of their identity. And it's important that we don't do that. You know what I mean? Um, Pulling back and pulling away. And I know it's not always easy, especially if there are still circumstances going on that's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, okay, if you've been watching me over the course of this last year, you know I have really been working through that. Okay, trying my best, y'all. Because it's like, I'm letting it go. I'm healing. I'm sending you love and peace and moving with grace now. Carry your ass on now. Get on out my energy now. Get out my face, bitch. Okay, like that. So it is a process. It depends on what's going on, especially if it's a childhood wound. What is this surrender? But that may be what a part of what is happening here. A lot of things you are facing has a lot to do with something that happened when you were young, and now maybe you had a negative perspective toward doing certain things, being a certain way, or what have you. And it's like, you know what? Don't have any resentments when it comes to the person that comes up that had played a huge part in causing you to be resentful like that. You know what I'm saying? They gone on living their damn life, and they're still in contact with them. What is this surrender the beauty to the beauty of the natural world for Cancerians? The sun. Get out and get you some vitamin D. Okay, this is warmth. This is being replenished by the sun. This has a lot to do with. I was walking out of somewhere the other day, and I had on a long flowing dress, but I pulled it up on the side and just stood in the sunlight and absorbed it. You know what I'm saying? If you are, as a matter of fact, if you have or subscribed to the newsletter, I did sent y'all a quick 1-2 sun meditation that you may be able to use. And we're going to leave it at that. All right. What is this surrender negative thinking? You have control over your thoughts. When negative thoughts surface, say thank you for sharing and quickly refocus on positive affirmations, positive energies. Counter that shit. Hello. Okay, cool. What is this surrender negative thinking? Two of Cups. How do you feel about this relationship, partnership, relationship going to the next level, the Emperor and the Nine of Pentacles? All right. How do you feel about pulling yourself together and not having any type of negative thoughts about being single or having to do something on your own, or, you know, forging your way as an Emperor? Emperor has been through a lot and knows a lot about a lot of things. Maybe this is someone that, maybe this is coming from the father side of the family, that your independence is different than the mother side of the family, and maybe you notice that as well. What is the surrender fear? Let go of the fearful stories that you are telling yourself. Stay in the moment, focus on solutions, and celebrate every baby step forward. Don't fight the inevitable. Eventually, you're going to have to face the fear. What is this surrender fear? The King of Pentacles may have to do with your work. Maybe it's someone that you are dealing with, but overall, there may be a fear for story that you have about, you know, math and being meticulous when it comes to your home work life balance. It could also be a superior that you have to confront. It's something with that King of Pentacles, Empress, and the King of Swords. Maybe it's a child's father. Maybe it's the mother and the father. Surrender denial. Temperance. Balance out the positive and negative. Temperance can also be being able to see it for what it is and not getting your feelings about it, but pay logical attention to what it is that is happening, and utilize that to take action steps, logical steps. Okay, what is the surrender outdated beliefs of yourself? The Knight of Swords. Don't be scared to communicate your feelings, your needs, or what have you. Paying attention to what it is that you have learned and implementing what it is that you have learned in order for you to become more of a master of who you are and how you are about this world. The Queen of Swords wants to come out in the Fool. It's time for you to take some type of leap of faith once you get your mind together. What is this surrender? Resentments. The Seven of Cups. Mind games. Maybe there was some type of confusion when it comes to the way that you were moving forward. There may be some resentments that you have when it comes to somebody playing mind games, emotional manipulation, magic, whatever the fuck that is. Okay. Eight of Wands and the Knight of Wands. You're about to get a lot, an energetic boost, an energetic upload. There's something that is being downloaded into you in order for you to upload it into the collective force. So be mindful of that as well. Protect and create boundaries where need be, because that's even more important. All right, so Cancer, that is what I have for you here today. Listen to your other placements, especially your Chiron placement.